The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Kill, kill, kill. Great 15. Great 15. 58 is the mic. Go 58 to the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 58, right over there.
On first down, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. We knew this game had the potential to have quite a few twists and turns, but maybe not on the very first play of the game.
And not only did they end up with an interception, they got an actual bonus too. A nice return ends up setting them up first and goal. What a change and what a twist.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal. And the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend to the New Orleans Saints. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On third down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw is Wentz. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Check. 180. Check. 42. Come on. Let's go, defense.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Wentz now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Entering pause screen. Entering cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's our time.
Now it's Trubisky. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken short.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Trubisky will throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And the Bears first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the twitch. Switch. Switch.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 42. Mike 42. Here I come. Watch the motion. Watch the motion. Hey, wahoo. Mike 42. Mike 42. Let's go. Let's go.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
loss of 9 yards. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Here we go, D, get off the field. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Scratch. Mike 42, check, Mike 42.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. That is caught by Cohen. And out across midfield down to the 45. They give him a gain of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Mike 42.
Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Go. 120. Hey, watch.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This one complete to Sproles. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
180. I got one. Mike, check. 59. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike's 59.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be taken at the 10. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Play action. It's Trubisky rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Andrew Sendejo swoops in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Here's Trubisky. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here we go. Blue 80! 59! Hey, kill! Hey, forward toe kill! Wrap!
From the 45 on 2nd down. Wentz, it's complete. It's Sproles. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Let's go!
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, they run with Howard. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
57.
From the 29, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From just shy of midfield, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there.
Just Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Brandon Graham has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Switch. Check. Lucky. 49. Check 49.
Go. Hey, Rick 5-2, on here.
Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Sunday.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wentz. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Watch the pass.
On 1st down. It's Howard, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Go. Blue 80!
Yeah. Right. He's tight right here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They begin with a run by Davis, and this will go for 5 up to the 33. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. This is Cohen. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, ball.
42, Mike.
Yep.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now wins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Great. You ain't doing nothing. 82.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Two jet.
Here's Wentz to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's 4th down.
Let's find 7.
58's to Mike. 58's to Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Check. Hey, 58 is to Mike. Go 58's to Mike.
What's your son?
Back and go.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Eagles 21, Bears 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right?
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Alert, 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 alert.
Check. 42's the mic. Check. 42.
Now Trubisky going to let one fly for Robinson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Check safety. Check safety. Shift.
Alert, 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 alert.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Howard. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Go. 180.
58, the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
40, 82, 40.
58's the mic. Well, 58's the mic. Watch the run. Hey, they're running it.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Sets up fourth down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Fletcher Cox, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
Watch time. Tight end right. Hey, we got four down. Mike 42. Focus, defense, focus.
Hey, alert.
42's the mic, boys. 42's the mic.
Let's
Let's get in there, Harry. Watch it.
lock in.
Rush in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Trubisky will throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33.
A gain of 16 yards.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Trubisky's throw pulled in by Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
42 is the mark.
On 1st down, Trubisky. That's complete right side to Gabriel. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
On 3rd down, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go with Howard again. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Malik Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Wentz on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was